All right, well, let's see if Steam cooperates this time around.
I bet it does.
Instead of crashing before we even
Multiple
do
times.
anything. All right, so just go, for you and I, this is Groundhog Day. But
Yeah.
you got official rulings on a couple of things. The first thing is that we should not have actually split this to 2 landing zones. They would have had to come into
Yep.
1 landing zone.
Single wave comes into 1 landing zone.
Yep. And we do know that we need to put small arms fire here, which is coming from up there. They're firing on their own guys and us, but luckily it'll help us because they're firing on their own guys. And was there a third thing? There was a third thing you...
The third thing that I did, the clarification I got was that if you lay down colored smoke that you have associated an action with to mark a landing site, or another thing that you use smoke for is bringing in an airstrike,
right?
Colored smoke. If there's an action associated with it, the action applies too. It's both the marker and... So I didn't know that. So the version we're playing doesn't have an option to say nothing.
Got it. Yes. So we need
but the new version of the mod does have that ability. It has a blank.
All right. So we'll have to... Okay. All right. Well, we'll just remember that. Okay.
So a couple of other things, and I think you and I talked about, we obviously got to try to spot.
Yeah, and so I think that's...
We'd love to spot.
Yeah. We need to...
We'd love to unpin.
Unpin him, yeah. And we want to try to push out...
Push.
On this
these
side.
Guys while we're in heavily engaged.
Yeah. The one actually I'm going to suggest, maybe we don't push to the elephant grass, just because if they show up here, we'll be...
Take a chance on open.
It'll be the end of our lives if they show up in that one. So yeah, we should...
You learn quick.
Yeah, we go here, or we could even push him up here with the idea of like moving into those 2. But let's not push to this, because I'm like living in fear of the
doesn't take much, does it?
Vietnam version of the turn 10 counterattack. All right. So should we draw a card for HQ event?
Yes.
So no HQ event.
Not.
And then our CO is undercover.
That was a brilliant move.
Yeah. So this is just even. So he gets 3. So we said we should activate 1st and 2nd platoon. Right? 2nd platoon is here, can do some spotting. 1st platoon is here and can do some spotting.
Yep.
And then
the CO is here. He could order like this. He could order this FO to spot. Listen, the challenge is that if we do the math, they're undercover.
Yeah.
They're laying down automatic, which gives a +1.
Yep.
Oh, that's one thing we forgot the ammo.
Oh,
so
right.
I just changed their ammo. So undercover, and they're veteran, which is a -1.
Yeah.
So the net result of that is 1 card.
Yeah.
Units on this card, if we had any unspotted ones.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm curious about? I'm going to look something up. I wonder if... Curious what... vehicles are able to do during this command phase.
Uh-huh.
Because you can activate them.
Right.
We don't need to activate them, but are they allowed to spot?
Don't know. I'm going to pause while you look that up, and we'll come back when you figure it out.
Remove pin markers. Cease and shift fire and activate.
Okay, so they can't they can't spot our
Correct.
These guys. Okay.
It'd be awful nice to get somebody on the card.
So what does it take to reconstitute the first sergeant?
I don't think we can do the first sergeant.
We can't do the first sergeant.
Pretty sure
we can do the third.
We can't do CO staff. You could do the COHQ from CO staff. But we can do the third. What did we lose?
Third platoon.
We can get the 3rd platoon headquarters back from a 3rd platoon unit.
All right. So, and we've got some.
And unfortunately, we don't have a 3rd platoon.
But we have a bunch of them coming in.
Are we gutsy enough to bring one in here on this turn?
I don't see why not, because we're not going to do anything. We're not going to do anything that's going to possibly trigger a potential contact here, right?
Only
Deliberately
one
so.
that I would remind you of is I think the guy with the RPG can get a shot, although I think he'll take his attempt at that guy first. So this RPG marker up
I
here,
get it. I get it. Yep.
and if you look over on this vehicle and anti-tank, it's listed as one of the weapons. So, but he only gets one shot. He is not a quick shot. I don't. Not a quick shot. So he gets one shot and he's done. So when these guys take off, they're at risk of getting fired on by that guy.
So we could, I mean, we do. Okay. Well, anyway, so I'm thinking that we should just hold on. We should just save the HQ's last command right now, because the only other person we could activate is the EXO. And I feel like probably let's just hold off on that for now. Let's see if we can get third platoon in and figure that out.
I don't totally know if I agree.
Oh, you don't? What would you think?
Well, only because when the EXO, if we don't spot, the EXO can get commands and tell all these guys to try to spot.
Oh yeah, actually that's true. Yeah, let's activate the EXO.
I feel like spotting that guy is pretty darn important.
That's got to be our number one thing right now, I think.
The other thing is if we do manage to spot, the EXO could move over to this card and order.
True.
This guy up.
Yeah. Could order some guys around. Okay, let's give him to the EXO then. Activate him as well.
All right. First sergeant is no longer even enough.
Oh my god, that's so bad. All right.
Actually, right now, neither is the third platoon.
Yeah. All right, so
First platoon, which is line, not undercover.
-1, right? No, just even.
No, -1. Even. I think it's just a straight even. Ooh. And he had 2, so he's got 7. He can spend 6 commands.
All right.
So one thing we talked about is he is in radio contact with this guy.
And that's because we gave that guy a radio for, like, I can't
Only
remember.
because he's walking around with a radio.
We gave it to him. I forget why we gave it to him, but probably because he was one of our vets, and we thought, we should give this guy a radio.
He was a vet and landing early, and we wanted to be able to stay in community, so we should maybe order him to unpin.
Let's spend 1 command to see if we can unpin.
Yeah, so he is being ordered by the it's the originator, so it's the line HQs, so he gets 2 markers.
He gets
2 draws to see if he rallies and pulls it off.
We could also exhort.
We could exhort, yeah. Don't need to.
All right. So the good news is that changes that back into automatic.
Automatic
fire.
Now.
He is still being sniped at. Okay.
He is.
Well, look, so fine. We got him. I think the next thing we have to really focus on is spotting here. So this guy.
I'll throw out. Have him tell the.
To spot.
Well, let's see the math. He is +1 undercover, -1 vet. I'm sorry, -1 undercover, -1 vet, +1 for the machine gun.
Right.
The automatic fire.
Yep.
I think those are the modifiers.
So it's -1 no matter what. So we're drawing 1.
No. Oh, if we asked this vet to do it, we'd get draws. The vets. We'd get 2 draws. Yeah.
So we should use that.
I feel like telling that vet to do that is a valid.
Yeah. So let's radio the vet and tell him to do it.
That would be, 2 shots at 2 cards. Do we exhort?
Can we ask him to do it again or no?
No, not in an impulse.
Yeah, then
we can in another impulse.
Then I think we should exhort because it's the same as like asking somebody else to do it, right?
All right, exhort. Should have infiltrated.
Infiltrated? What is that? Oh, got it.
Only because there's all sorts of.
Is this artillery FO a veteran?
No, none of these guys are vets, unfortunately.
All right, so but we should just spend to have all these guys.
We can basically spend 2 more because you're limited to 6 spends.
Okay.
So,
Well, let's spend them, right?
well, let's spend one. God,
And then exhort.
we might. It's the same thing. So
I know.
yeah.
There we go.
Nope. That's a jam. Dang it. All right. Well, first is down to.
But he saved 2.
We saved 1. We did 6 commands. We had 7.
Got it.
All right. And let's make sure, right? We had to unpin, asked him to spot, asked him to exhort.
2 other
spots.
Yeah,
we should have 1 more we can spend.
We should have 1 more we can spend. That's what I thought. So one
Which
more.
we can spend it. We can tell somebody else to look.
Yeah, we'll have someone else.
Or the other option is to tell this guy to try to grenade that guy.
I think I kind of like that, actually. Let's tell this guy to grenade that guy, because second platoon is just going to spend all of his command spotting as well.
And he gets...
And the CO may as well.
He will get... now, actually... If you grenade attack point blank, he gets an automatic attempt to grenade back. I wonder if we have this guy grenade attack.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
it's 1 less card draw, but we don't get we don't give him a chance.
Is the sniper?
Oh, you know what?
Is the sniper thing cumulative with VOF or?
It is the VOF for that.
So, like a grenade would be an possible extra -1 or something. It might not matter.
If it's a grenade miss, it would be. Would it be for him too? And I actually don't think it matters because a grenade for them is a -3, just like the sniper. Right, so a grenade, VOF, it wouldn't be cumulative. So we should just have this guy take his 3 shots.
Yeah, because he gets 3 shots, right?
Yep, as a vet.
All right, so 1, 2. There's our spot.
But he spotted. Well, we wouldn't have spotted because that was 2 draws to spot.
So then do we draw for him to see if he gets his grenade thing right now?
We do. He's going to do a grenade attack back.
Does he get 3 or he's a veteran, right?
He gets 3 because he's a vet. Yep.
God, nobody has any grenades.
All right, so the grenade miss applies to the whole card.
All right.
And there can only be 1 of them.
Yep. All right. So now
first platoon was
we saved 1.
Slightly disappointing.
Slightly? Second platoon?
Yep. Second platoon is green, unfortunately.
So he's only going to get 1.
He already had 1, so he's got 2. He is spotting, right?
We'll just have none of these guys are vets, right?
Can't tell this guy. The FAC is 3rd platoon. Yeah. 3rd platoon.
All right. So let's just 2 spots.
We should start with, well, it doesn't matter. They each get 1.
1 spot. And then exhort or tell him to.
Yep. Sure. Wow.
Crushingly disappointing.
So now the XO gets the draw, and he's line. So he's just his normal draw. He gets 3.
Now this is a different impulse, right? So
it's a different impulse. So he can now tell, and he can tell the FAC to do it too.
Is the FAC a veteran?
No, they're both. It doesn't matter. I don't know why I say it.
Okay.
They're all line.
Well, let's just start by having somebody do it and exhort.
God.
And 1 more.
1 more. My God. That's a lot of attempts to spot. It's not good, man.
No, it's not good at all. All right, so now we're drawing for general initiative?
Unfortunately, yeah.
So now the problem is I think we have like a rough decision to make here. Like, should we pull any of these guys back or should we push out?
Well, I would argue we should spot again with this guy with 2.
Okay. Let's start by doing that.
And then I'm thinking at this point.
Let's spot first and then
Yep. God,
should we spot again with somebody?
That is mind-blowing. That is mind-blowing.
Yeah, I think
this next one has to be a spot, right?
Well, we've run through every card that isn't a spot at this point.
So do we try to spot one more time or do we push out?
Well, here's the thing: we're not in any danger of dropping from heavily engaged. So I think spotting is more important than pushing out. That can wait.
That's true.
So we'll have one more guy try to spot.
Yeah. Oh, God.
An entire turn to spot those guys.
I will say, if we had chosen to push out, I would have been disappointed. So now this card is going to open fire, but they're all pinned.
Yeah. So I think the VOF coming from his own troops is the VOF that's going to matter.
That's true. Yeah.
So
I'm going to put it all pinned, just so we remember.
Yeah, in case that guy shifts for some reason.
Yeah. Wow. One more, and I would have thrown. I mean, if we'd had one more command, throw a grenade at him.
Yeah, but it took like 20. What did it take? It probably took like 9 tries to spot.
Well, so actually,
at least we're in the fight with them now.
Hold on. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Ironically, actually, you know what? Yeah, no. This guy, he fires. So he's actually laying down small arms too, but he's going to be gone. So I'm not even going to.
Okay.
Because this guy, no, they're not firing because they're not going to fire on their own.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all right, I think that's it for our. It's do they have a HQ event basically?
That was underwhelming. They do not.
Well, at least there's that. All right, so enemy activity. We got it. One here. Yeah. So 4 of them.
I think. Yeah.
That it?
I think so. So should we start up here?
Well, we gotta randomly choose.
Oh, that's right. You don't get to. You don't.
There's 4 of them.
Sorry. Yeah. 2. So this guy, which he doesn't actually have a target at this point.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, that guy's pinned. Oh, sorry. I forgot that guy was still there. Sorry. Yeah. I was thinking about our poor guy in the rubber plantation.
He is sitting there. I think he's going to basically be
he might concentrate
1 through 3. He might probably grenade attack. I think if it's we can look at it here. It's going to be not under fire, has a valid target. Draw 1 through 3 on a 3 grenade attacks.
Yep. Nope. 2. He just does nothing.
All right, so he's done. All right, 3 left.
1. So the guy in the top.
So now it's the guy you wanted to go with. So he's going to be the same. No. Yeah, he's the same thing, right? It's,
he's going to.
He can concentrate fire.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing on a 1 through a 3. On a 3, he'll concentrate fire.
1.
Okay. Now there's 2 to go.
All right.
This guy.
Yeah, the sniper.
That is a sniper.
Yeah, he's over here.
Which I think he's just. I don't think he does anything. Sniper. Spotted, opposing units, none of those apply.
All right. So then these guys, they might attempt to concentrate fire or grenade attack, right?
They are on the same card under cover. They might fall back. If you look at delay on a 2 or a 3, they fall back.
Wait, where is it? Not under fire.
On the same card as an opposing unit and undercover.
So on a
delay.
A 1, there's nothing. 2 to 3, they fall back. 4, they attempt to make a grenade attack.
This is the beauty of delay.
The way this has gone, we're gonna draw a 4 here. Oh no, they fall back.
So that's the first ones, but that's the machine gun.
So where do they fall back to?
They fall back to try to get out of line of sight, which they can't.
Right.
And then it will be the card. There's a fallback priority somewhere. Enemy fallback. Fallback if you're at the edge of the map, but
yep.
to a card out of line of sight.
Can't do that.
And then the card with the highest cover value.
So that would be this. Does it matter that we have a guy on it?
Yeah, I think it does. I don't think the falling back would be
onto a card.
Yeah, onto a card.
They're going to capture
I
it.
think it's actually there.
You think they wouldn't fall back with the casualty would prevent them from falling back?
Oh, they would fall back to the casualty. No. The casualty doesn't count. 100%. Oops, sorry.
So so they'll fall back.
But the beauty is they're exposed.
And this guy will open fire.
Nope, he's point blank.
Fudge.
He's only point blank.
We'll see. Maybe this guy will fall back also.
If he falls back. Now.
He does fall back, right? On a 2?
Does. So he goes to the same card.
We didn't need to spend all that time spotting them. They just moved. Would they have been spotted because they moved?
I think so, yes. I don't know the answer to that question. So they're still spraying down automatic fire. Oh, you know what now, though? This is interesting. These units here, so these guys are doing what's known as overhead fire now?
Yep.
They can't. They don't have that. They actually are going to fire on their own units. This is just moving to here.
Why can't they? Why can't they do it? Oh, that's because you need like tripod mounted to do overhead.
You need tripod to go overhead. Otherwise, you just fire at the closest card.
Got it.
Which is interesting. And I assume they'd still fall back there. It's the highest concealment. We're making the assumption, and I think it's a valid one, that they wouldn't fall back to a card with.
Do you want to check real quick?
I don't know where to check. And they're also going to try to fall back to their. Literally don't know where I would. We can see if we can find.
We got an answer. This can include cards occupied by opposing units.
Oh, it says that.
Yep. So
well, they would definitely have gone here.
Then they would definitely have gone there.
Which is really interesting.
Well, it's kind of good to some degree.
It means this guy's got.
Oh no, that one is actually that's. Oh yeah, well we've also got all pinned.
We've got automatic on them too. No, we've got all pinned.
Yeah.
So their small arms would win.
Oh right. I'll do this anyway. Just so that I remember it.
It's confusing, doesn't it?
This is like so non-linear. It isn't nice and like ordered like Normandy where you just go from the bottom to the top. This is where it's weird. It's like they're fall back towards their side of the map. It's like their side of the map. What they're all around us.
So I believe what that means is our units on this card are not even firing anymore.
They're under fire from here. Oh,
yeah, but we're not
firing.
Oh, actually, no, we're firing here. He's got long range, so we have pinned. Small arms fire. They have all pinned fire.
No, we have small arms if it's this, but otherwise it'll be all pinned.
It's all pinned up here.
We don't have it, yeah. And they have small arms down here coming from these guys.
Coming from up there, yeah. And we got all pinned on them, automatic weapons on us, but they've also got small arms from their own guy.
Right. Their small arms is going to override our all pinned.
Our all pinned.
Fudge.
Good Lord, man.
This is confusing as crap.
Fun though, isn't it?
Yes, I completely agree. All right. So that's the enemy activity.
Fell back. Gave us cover.
Oh my God. Ready? So we can clear enemy activity, right?
Yep.
So now,
wow. All right. Capture segment.
So that
they would have captured
that guy. Yep. They don't.
Stupid of them. So, and I don't think there's any paralyzed or litter teams unpinned under VOF. So that's not.
No, everybody's pinned.
So we're just moving on to this. Now, this gets interesting.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
So we're moving these units. In theory, we're moving them off one at a time because it's
Right.
vehicle activation, and you literally. So in reality, we look like this.
Do we get to choose which ones we moved one at a time?
I believe we do.
Okay.
So I don't know if it really matters.
No, probably not. So let's just move. We'll just move this guy to start with. So the
We're
basic
gonna
thing,
start
the
with
basic thing
him.
we care about is that these guys may take shots at them with this art. With
Yes. Now the first thing that you do, and I don't want to. I want to actually state I am not an expert on vehicle in this game.
Okay.
But my understanding is the first thing you do is resolve if the card they're on is under a volume of fire, we resolve that volume of fire.
So they're going to have to resolve small arms fire.
Small arms fire.
So do they get cover being a vehicle
this
or
is
anything
not,
like that?
This is no longer valid, right? That automatic goes.
Yeah, that was coming from the units that moved.
So if you look up here on this anti-tank modifier,
Yeah.
up at the upper right, the resolving VOF,
Yep.
defending unit, well, it's a 0 plus the defensive value of the defending unit, which at UH1 is 0.
Yep.
Down here.
Yep.
So it's still a 0 plus the cover and concealment, which is a 2.
Yep.
So now we're at a +2.
And then +3 because he's moving.
He's not moving yet. This is before he moves.
Okay.
But small arms, so +3.
Okay.
So that's a +5 now.
Yep.
So that now we draw an action card and we add this AT number that's on it
This number
to
here.
a 5. Yeah, which in reality nothing can happen, right? Because on a 6 or more,
So
that was a 12.
12.
So if you look over here at the combat effects on a 12 or more,
Okay, got it. So they need to get a 5 or less to get
5 or-
anything happen.
correct.
All right. So
Now, the next thing that happens is they're going to get reaction fire.
that wasn't
I
their
believe.
reaction. Oh, that's this. Okay.
That's the small arms. I'm going to real quickly go over here to the.
That was the volume of fire from the card.
So notice over here on the rules, if you go look over here
Uh-huh.
under vehicle actions,
Yeah.
when a vehicle takes an action, resolve VOF on the vehicle's card, then you can carry out an action. In the case of a remove, revolve, then we do. So I think, the way I read that, we resolve the VOF on the card, then we get to carry out an action. Then if it's a move, resolve VOF wherever they move to, but they're not moving to anywhere. They're just going up.
Yeah,
now.
that's what I just read too. So if they were to move here, then we would resolve fire there, reaction fire there.
Correct.
But they're not.
Now, the only piece of the puzzle that I don't. Where I was going at is this guy effectively qualified, the guy with the grenade qualifies as a, because he's on this list, he could have activated himself to hit, so it'd be his turn now. And
How do you determine if he does that?
well, that's the question. Is it should in the rules? I wonder if it tells us in the mission. I don't see it. I see vehicle activation, placement. And all I know is if they, and where I'm going at with this, David, I'll explain where I'm thinking in a second, but I don't see anything in here about automatically activating them anywhere. So where I'm going at is they get reaction fire, but I think their reaction fire would be if something landed on this card.
That's what I was gonna say. Based on the rules we read, it sounded to me like if these guys hadn't moved off and we had tried to land another thing here, he would have activated and taken a shot. But
Yeah,
no,
reaction fire, you don't need to be activated. He would get his shot.
well,
But if he was activated, we just moved. Now it's his turn, so he could take a shot. But
okay.
I see nothing in the rules about activating them. So I'm going to assume we don't activate them. They only get reaction.
What does activated
Now,
mean? What does activated mean in enemy terms? I don't even understand that concept.
activated, if they had tanks, if they've got anti-tank weapons, they can be activated. And then during this vehicle movement, you alternate.
Okay.
We move one, they get to move one that they activated.
So, and that RPG is their anti-tank.
And could be activated. Correct.
How do you, that's my question. I've like literally never had a thing where you have to activate enemy units. I don't even know when that happens.
I think it has to say in the mission. And I don't see anything in these missions.
Okay.
And I didn't see anything in the campaign specific rules or the mission rules. I would bet if we looked, trying to see if there's any, I don't think there's any where they have tanks.
Actually, I think I found what we need.
Where?
Unless otherwise stated in the mission instructions, all AT capable units activate for AT combat every turn.
Where is that? Is it in the
right here on the defensive check? Right, this note down below. See note 2?
Ah.
So what that means is he would have activated. He is activated.
He is activated, so that means he gets a turn now.
So basically he's gonna fire at
He's gonna fire at this guy.
He's gonna, not that guy, this guy as he leaves. I already moved this guy away. So
No. What I'm saying, and this is what I was saying before, we move first, they get their volume of fire.
Oh, right.
We move, they get reaction fire, but they can't react. Now it's their turn, so they can go at what's left.
So we'd have to decide between this and this.
Yeah, and we can just randomly pick between the 2 cards.
So they're gonna do this, which is probably smarter anyway because it's got less defense.
That's true. Sitting there with a 0. So now we're over here on this upper one. Notice it's the AT. It's not the VOF one. It's the.
Okay.
So if the firing has a VOF rating of G, we have to make a grenade attack.
Okay, so he gets 3 draws because he's.
Yep. He did not fire. Now, the question is, did he... Failed attempt ends the AT fire. No miss mark. But is he marked?
Activated? Is that
like
his turn?
So he was already theoretically marked activated.
Right. Does that count?
By the way,
is he going to try and do this?
I guarantee you, I do not have the ability to mark him active.
Yeah, it's fine. So the question is now: is that it for him, or is he?
Exactly.
Or does he do this for everybody until he eventually fires?
That's what I was going to try and see.
But here's the thing. So wait, this is like a one-time rocket launcher. Does that mean that he fired it but missed? In which case, he's out of ammo.
Oh, yeah, I do believe that is the case. Because it would be a grenade miss.
Right.
So I believe it's just a miss. Yeah.
And it's one shot, so that is then out of the game.
So that was good for us.
Let's just say that was good for us if we got any of that right.
Yes.
Which I'm not so sure. I'm not feeling super confident right now. All right.
So, I'm feeling more confident if you look over in the rules.
Uh-huh.
Down here in the bottom right, resolving AT combat.
Yep.
If successful, then you do the thing. Ammo is expended, but grenade miss markers are not placed.
Perfect.
I think we got it right.
I think we got it right. I don't know how we did that.
Now
there's another RPG on the board, right? Is this
Yeah,
guy?
but their range
Their range is
is
one card.
close.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. So what that means
So
then is that we can shorthand the rest of this and just take these
he
guys off.
can. He's basically moved, fired, and he's done. So
So all these guys can then we can get them all off the board.
correct.
Now the question though
Woo!
becomes do we want to land any of these? Do we want to land these guys? I'm kind of feeling like loitering maybe the thing to do right now.
Only argument I could make for landing one of them, this guy,
Is to get third platoon so we could
is to
reconstitute.
get third platoon on this one.
But I think we actually have a problem there. Because if I checked, last time I checked, I don't think we can fit that one.
We
got room for 6, and he's got 7.
Yep, no, we can't put him there, so that doesn't work.
So I think we should just loiter and try to bring him in.
7 here.
One in next turn. You want to bring
Other
him in there?
thing is, no, I'll tell you where I was thinking is these guys are going to get unpinned in the pin recovery.
No, they're
and
not.
we've got.
They're getting fired on.
Yeah, they are. Oh, they are getting fired on.
Yeah.
Where'd that?
I don't know where it went. It was there.
I'm sure I did something to it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're still getting fired on. I was trying to think. We gotta try to spot these guys, and this would be a good place to get some ammo going on. Like,
yeah.
But the problem is the only place we could spot them from is here. Could we spot them from here? The rice paddy down there? That seems like a suicide.
We can.
Seems like suicide.
Well, it's not suicide. Well, it could be suicide because of the potential contact.
I don't know how the potential contact markers went down, but it seemed like there were a lot of A's on the outer ring.
It's purely random.
Purely random. Okay, so maybe I won't continue to be paranoid. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should think about getting an artillery guy here and trying to like spot and like knock that down. That's a problem for another turn. This is we've gone a long time here. We literally haven't done anything in the game terms. Yeah. Although that's not true. We moved our vehicles.
Yes. So we decided they're loitering.
So there's no fire mission to update. No potential contact to evaluate. No pinned recovery.
Is there any pinned recovery on the map?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, he's. Oh, thing was. We got a PDF there, right?
Oh, right. Yes, we are firing there. So now we're just.
All right. So I think it's just resolve.
Actually, you know what? We do not. Because this guy is
they're not
unspotted.
So truth.
We should start here.
Yeah.
So
we should spot some people.
We have small arms fire coming from their dude after attacking them, right?
Yep, and they are +3, -2, so they're at a 1.
+1.
+1 for each of those.
We need some good cards here, man. Hit.
A good one. Hit.
They're veterans.
Veterans.
Casualty.
That is the machine gun.
Oh, that gets rid of the machine gun.
Machine gun's gone.
That's not terrible.
That is not terrible. Ammunition no longer.
Wow, that was fortunate. That was fortunate in the way that the first sergeant and the platoon leader was unfortunate. All right, plus
All
one,
right.
+1
now
again.
They've got a
pin.
All right, well,
it's
something.
It's something. I mean, they might start falling back.
And then we are +3, right?
Yes, because they have automatic fire on us.
Automatic. We're pinned.
Yep.
Be kind.
Miss.
All right. We're not pinned anymore. It means they're under automatic.
All right. That wasn't terrible.
That was not terrible.
Let's do what is going to be terrible.
May not be as well. It won't be as bad as last time.
No, we're not exposed for one thing.
Too.
That paralyzed guy.
They're all pinned.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do we even draw for the paralyzed guy?
Yeah.
We do. That's what I figured.
He can actually turn into an assault team or fire team.
That'd be good. All right. So we'll go from top and then work our way down.
So everything's a +3.
Well, that's not because these two are undercover, so they're actually a +4. This one guy's a +4.
This one guy is a +4. Yeah.
Miss. Okay. So he's unpinned.
All right.
Now the rest of them are +3.
Yeah.
Miss.
All right.
Hit.
Wait.
Who just got hit?
Of course. That's our squad.
Great. Line.
Veteran.
A casualty and a fire team.
God. Oh, the casualty. Yep, I need the casualty. Theory, casualties are undercover and then they're. So. That worked out great. Wrong one, not getting.
Yeah. How many more am I drawing?
3 more.
+3?
Yep.
Miss.
Okay.
Miss. Miss. We have definitely had some bad. Well, the good news is these paralyzed guys may move off the card on their own now, right?
They will move off the card on their own. Probably right about here.
This seems like it might be a good place to set up a casualty collection point if we can clear the fire on this card.
Yeah.
How can we make this unable to see that card? Smoke here wouldn't help, right?
Smoke here does help. Yep.
It would help here?
Smoke rises. They can't see even if they're on a hill. Yeah.
So hypothetically, moving someone forward and trying to pop that smoke.
We could get those dead people to lay down that smoke.
They're not dead. They're just really injured.
That's true.
All right. Sorry. Now we're over here. So they've got +3, +2. Grenade miss, automatic weapons,
yep,
+3.
Yep.
+2. That's a hit.
Paralyzed.
Well, we got rid of the sniper anyway.
Sniper's gone.
Yeah. Well, we can capture that guy. That's actually that's actually really helpful.
Yeah, that was good. If we survive this sniper attack.
Yep. So we are -4. We are -1.
-1, right?
Yep, -1. Pinned.
Beautiful.
But we won't be under a volume of fire, so that'll go away pretty quick.
It's gonna go away. That worked.
That was, with one exception, that was as good as the last turn was.
Yeah, good for that guy. So the sniper updating fire. Sniper fire is now.
This guy can now, if we can get this guy spotted, this guy can lay down automatic fire up here. This weapons team. If we can
get him spotted, correct?
Yeah, if we can get him spotted.
Yeah,
that's a big if. I understand. So now we just clean up, right?
Well, let's I just updated the volume of fire here. Is there any place else that volume of fire changes?
Do we? Oh, we keep fire. We will actually
up here. This guy's now pinned, so we're under all pinned.
Right. No,
he's under automatic.
Well, we're under actually small arms. Right. From
yeah,
here.
We're under small arms. Yeah.
Can actually delete this one. Okay.
One on the card, and they've got the automatic.
Here, this is still small arms.
Yep, that's no change. So I think that's it.
Okay, clean up.
Clean up.
That took a while.
Wow.
Wow, Vietnam is chaos.
I believe it was.
We'll just leave the video there. Vietnam is chaos.
All right.